Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Darksiders 2. So, I suppose for my own sanity's sake, I need to speed run through this game, at least through this beginning part. Even if there are secrets to be found, the secrets we have found we can't collect because we don't have the gear. It feels like that there might be some New Game Plus designed elements in this where very possibly the first time you play it through you can't get all the collectibles, and I don't think I would be willing to put up with playing this game a second time through unless it was really short and there was some motivating factor. Nice that you can look outside the dungeon, but also very odd. Very odd to do that. I imagine I'm not supposed to just jump up and hit these. I imagine I'm supposed to work my way. Let's see. This would have been a great point for the camera to have given me a locked camera scene. So, what was in that chest? I have no idea. Doesn't seem like anything in any of the chests are going to be that important. This is a pretty small map. Finally figured out how to... we can just hit B and drop down. I finally figured out how to use our Wrath moves, which is helpful, sort of, but now I'm low on Wrath, so... Very slow action there, opening those switches. I really would have preferred him to kick it and shown him as a stronger, more aggressive character. Death compared to War should not feel too different, but he does. Like, they certainly wanted to go for a faster hack and slash character where War was slower with the giant sword type attacks, but it puts Fury, the character for Darksiders 3, when that game comes out, in a weird position because her attacks now with her whip are probably gonna be somewhere half as strong as War and half as fast as Death, which is gonna be a little weird, although not too strange considering the fact that there's been so much time in between Darksiders 2 and Darksiders whenever Darksiders 3 comes out. I'm leveling up rather fast. Is anybody else? That's a little strange. I figured that would have been more people. And then you go into this ball roll mode, which I guess they want me to be back this way and spin it. And in the hole it goes. That's one down. Which tells me there's another ball over here. And there's another ball over here. Hey, we found the Book of the Dead page. 1 of 10 for chapter 1. Let's see. And it's just full-on tutorialized us in a way it has never done before. Shadow bombs explode with devastating force, allowing the blast radius, anything in the blast radius will be blown away or destroyed. The force of a bomb blast can be used to move large objects. So I can't just hit. So this is interesting storytelling through gameplay. They intentionally wanted me to screw up so that I had to do this. Of course, now I have to be a little bit careful so the ball doesn't fall back down into the same hole. They've definitely sped the movement speed up. You can totally tell that. When he's rolling these balls, he's moving very fast. It's gonna get a little annoying watching fire fall down everywhere. So I'm hoping that we don't run into that as an issue for too long. Maybe we'll move away from the volcano, or we'll use the volcano's energy for the cauldron, and then that will stop it from erupting little bits of magma everywhere. Certainly could be a lot around here, particularly in this open world. The first game had a lot more of that feeling, where there could have been hidden things, or the levels could have been a lot bigger. In this, the time frame in which this was made somewhat did limit the size of levels, but I would say that there's maybe a 3 or 4% difference from what you could have done and from what Darksiders 1 did. There could have been some tricks. There could have been some rooms that were rotated, flipped around, reskinned. Instead of every room being pretty unique, there could have been a little bit more gameplay. It's kind of easy to overlook how much repetition there is in a Zelda game, but there really is a ton of it. On the other hand, maybe the argument could be made, and I'm not sure if this is the right argument to make, that maybe having a more streamlined experience is better. But if you try to make that argument, then it falls apart when you change your game from being an action adventure game into being a loot-based RPG designed to be played multiple times. Alright. So I'm gonna have to work my way around. I doubt I'm gonna have to do anything too extensive though. The most difficult part is simply this. Oops. Attempt number 3. You can definitely feel that this game doesn't have the art of cheating that has been slowly polished into video games so that anybody can play, and even if you hit the wrong button you still win. Without it being too obvious. Alright. I didn't even see the platform. I was pretty sure I was gonna die there. Hmm. So there must be a way in which we loop back in that direction, or there must be a point in which we get some kind of ability to make blasts. Like, yeah, the controls react when you press the button, but they don't always do what I expect them to do. And a modern game, by today's standards, will always do what the game expects you to do, to sometimes to the extreme, where you'll have a QuickTime event and it'll tell you to press the B button, and I'll pound away at the A button and it will still succeed perfectly fine. And not even acknowledge that you're clicking the wrong button. Interesting. You can fast travel to town to purchase supplies. Like, if I was to fast travel to town, what would that do as far as this setup? I imagine both of those switches do the same thing. They make a platform. Apparently that stuff is not of any import. And it's really not worth your time to do this, is it? Like, these guys do not blow up and die after the second or third hit. In fact, it doesn't seem like they blow up and die or take any damage from them at all. Let's see what happens when we just hit this. It's the same. So what? Oh, that's the journeyman plan there that we were supposed to pick up. So I imagine we might have to run through the charred path to get where we're going anyways, so I can return that. We're getting a lot of cutscenes here that just lead to fights with new types of enemies. They're stretching out the game without having any real dialogue or writing. Ah, named character. Let's go ahead and use our will on him. Where are you? Like, now would be the time to use the will attack and teleport towards him. And it really doesn't make sense to hit him with the hard attack. And see, I couldn't kill him completely because I wanted to show this cutscene, in which you turn into this other thing, which is something War also did, and I felt it was certainly a sign of the times, and it feels even more old now, playing this sequel. Having transforming abilities is just something you don't see in modern games in 2018. This weapon once belonged to the human warman known as Draven. During countless duels The weapon absorbed Draven's own rage and thirst for revenge against those who wronged him. The Dark Avenger is infamous for possessing a fury lust for blood and carnage. What does that mean? Will I be able to transform? Or does that mean something completely different? Starting to get a little bit more drops. Seems like drops might be based on your level. Bird certainly wants us to go that direction. And there's literally nothing here. They could have been a little bit more natural about that. Had a cave in or something behind him to make it seem like he came from somewhere at least. Where are we on the map? See, the thing that's gonna happen, I guess, is we're going the other direction, which means I'm going to miss this chest if I don't grab it now. So kind of have to grab it now. Can we do this and safely land? Yes, we can. Just some more health things. And we'll come over here and fight these guys, I guess. And I think I've probably hit a point where I shouldn't use health kits just because. Alright. So Dark Avenger is level 5. Is that what we just got? I believe it is. So is this some kind of DLC thing? Or is this some kind of new element? I wish I could equip it to find out. Unfortunately, we're still at level 3. We now have a talisman that could increase our wrath, decrease our wrath cost. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to decrease our wrath cost. Let's see. Let's see which ones does it think are better. It thinks that one's better. And this one thinks that one's better. So we'll stick with this middle one. Value, as far as how much any of that would sell for, is beyond me. Like, there's no description for the Book of the Dead or the Journeyman Platter. Not really surprising there. This is the absolute worst transversal puzzle to put in this place. With this, you're sort of gonna screw it up move. Oh, seriously? What was the part I missed there? You go this way, you slide this way, you go up. There's a total lack of locked cameras happening that should be happening. It feels... I can't really testify if this is the truth because it's been so long since this game was developed and came out, but it feels like this game may have been had some development trouble, taken longer to develop, and it's missing some elements that should have been in it. The fact that the camera doesn't really work, the fact that the camera doesn't lock into specific points, where had this been a quality tested game for a longer amount of time, they would have certainly said, look, in this puzzle the camera needs to be here so you can see where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do, because that's not an acceptable challenge. Like, not being able to see where you are is never an acceptable way to play a game, to have a game play. That's just bugginess. Let's see, I can't even pick up that health, and we're not gonna come back, so we know as it's set up how things work. I guess that white bar at the top might be my experience. That's the best I can figure. You don't see that very often. Interesting. I mean, it's kind of an interesting idea, is have the experience bar right on top of the health and mana bar. We're at 3,000 gold, and if I recall correctly, that was the price for one of each of the items. Maybe there was one or two things that were 5,000 at the store. I think we've only found one store, and there may only be one or two stores that we can access. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a weapon store, an armor store, and a charms store. And this is just a simplistic spiral staircase that I don't think anybody really wants in a game. Let's see. And they hit a couple of things. I don't need them to say impossible every time a health vial is forcibly dropped on top of me. And this is the exit. So the first dungeon done, and so far we haven't gotten a new ability or item, which I felt like we should have. But we did get this guy's thing. They slowed me down when I was walking, probably to load in the open world. They probably didn't want any loads in this game and didn't quite succeed at that.
The mountain has a voice. How did you? No, doesn't matter. You have done what I failed to do. You must take the good news to Alya as soon as you can.
Mordant Dew? I found this.
What is Mordant Dew?
Mordant Dew is the venom those stingers get you with if you let them too close. You'll find them in Drangeforth. Walk softly though. Those stings are nasty.
So, it's almost like a joke. Get Mountain Dew.
I found that dish you wanted.
You're a good man. Much more so than your name would imply. I'm in your debt.
So I got 165 XP and 900 gil. Is that what you're gonna call the currency? Why not just call it gold? And this so feels like it's almost as if they're intentionally trying to parody. Yeah, I guess I should just fast travel. Like, the game's not even gonna let me not do it. It's saying, look, don't bother. Don't run to locations through locations you've already been in right now. Just fast travel. And so we can, let's see. Where is the actual fast travel location? We could fast travel here, or we could fast travel there. And so I guess it's a little bit faster to fast travel here. So even the game knows, and this might be part of the Deathinitive edition. Even they are telling you, look, don't waste your time. This is going to be a long journey if you wander around, focusing on grinding the very small amount of characters that are in the open world. My inbox is still empty. I imagine my inbox will always be empty. It would be kind of funny if this was integrated into like the Steam chat, which is not a feature that I use, nor do I think many people use. Steam has a really awkward system as far as friending people because, well, simply put, let's see, do I want to do more damage or critical chance? I think I probably want to do more damage. The number of friends you can have in Steam is based on your level, which is crazy because your level is based mostly on getting trading cards and forming badges via the trading cards, which only people obsessed with trading cards do. And the people that are obsessed with trading cards and buy games that had trading cards on them pretty well ruined a lot of what Steam was as far as its game curation, because a lot of garbage games came out simply around the idea of easily getting trading cards. Meanwhile, your average person who plays a game on Steam doesn't know what their friend level is or their Steam level is and doesn't care, doesn't have but a small handful of friends on there, and probably never messages as anybody through that. I imagine now that Discord and other apps are out, things like that are even less likely to be used. We've gotten the lava flowing, so we're gonna have to get the water flowing. Let's talk to this lady, stretching in an awkward way.
Horseman, the fire of the mountain flows again.
Yes, freed by my hand. And calm.
Karn? That pup? He hasn't a clue. And yet, the forge burns once more. You know what awaits you, Ryder. To finish this, you must restore the tears.
I'm not your errand boy, Maker.
Aye, but our fates are now yoked. Help us, and we will help you. In the meantime, take this. It might be of use.
So now we've got a gun. Redemption, a powerful pistol belonging to Death's brother, Strife. So when Strife shows up in the picture, I guess on the 4th game, we'll be interested to see how he lost his gun.
This pistol. It belongs to my brother Strife. How came it here?
I cannot say, but there are other goods you may barter for now as well. Restore the tears.
It's just like, not even gonna tell you. Like, how did you get it? Is the question he should say.
You said there were two things that powered your forge, fire and tears.
Yes, fire to wake the earth and tears to calm it. Both gifts of the Stone Father.
Fire will not be enough.
Nay, we require both.
And one assumes the Stone Father is some kind of like god to the makers. But maybe the same god to heaven? It doesn't get explained, I don't think.
Where might I find the tears in the mountain?
To the west, past the fjord and into the Drench Fort, you will find the tears within.
Right.
Oh, Valis has been busy. There are new items.
So, First thing we want to do is see if we can sell things. We'll sell
We'll put it to good use.
anything that is just obviously worse. And maybe we'll hold on to things that aren't so obviously worse.
Well, this should go nicely with the others.
And I imagine there's a Dark Avenger that is above level 5. And we're going to see more of these purple rarity. Let's see. Game items.
Will put that to good use.
We're waiting till level 5 before we get rid of that. This Pauldron of the Horseman I think we just got. We can go and sell that. And that. And that. And these sages, the sage talismans, I guess I'm just gonna sell them. Like, she's saying the same phrase every time, every second time or so. Health potions I wouldn't want to sell. So now the question is buying. We can buy back anything we sold, which is poorly placed at the... Maybe I'm in the wrong section. Yeah, that was the buyback section. So we could buy the Scythe of Frost that would do frost damage. The Savage Scythe that would have execution. Savage Scythe of Fire. Savage Scythe of Fire. I guess I don't have enough money for any of those. And I'm really thinking maybe don't buy anything right now. Like, an increased defense sounds like a good idea, but we're so early into this game, and if the game is nothing but going to be in this cycle through and through, even though this Vagabond Wraps would be an improvement in defense and arcane, and just an improvement all the way around, I still don't think I should purchase it. I think I should instead do this. Wow. Why did I get leveled up in the conversations?
What brings you before me?
I guess it's because I got XP. And this guy won't talk to me. So now I've got a gun with bullets that refill. That sounds great. I suppose it doesn't make any sense to continue down a path that didn't work before. So we'll go down the path that did work. And yeah, this game is built around this, isn't it? It's all built around the idea of playing around in this menu a lot more than you need to. And see, we're already 5 minutes over in our recording. According to the game, we've only been playing for 2 hours and 5 minutes. It sure feels like it's been at least another 30 minutes on top of that. Let's go and save. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. If you want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.